Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and today we're covering the legendary ship event to earn the Chimaera. This is Grand Admiral Thrawn's capital ship. It is currently the only legendary ship in the game, and it is widely regarded as the most powerful capital ship, and it's also required for, actually the day it came out, that Dark Side Territory battle has a bonus mission that you need to have the Chimaera in order to participate in. So this works just like the character legendary missions. You have battles that go from tier 1 to tier 7. You need the required units at the stars for the corresponding tier. So for tier 1, you need 1 star of the required ships. For the Chimaera, the ships that you need are the Ghost, the Phantom 2, and then 3 Rebel ships for your Starfighters, and Admiral Ackbar as your capital ship. So all of the Rebel ships in the game, the one that you can swap out, or that most people will swap out, will be the U-Wing. You can use Bistan's U-Wing or Cassian's U-Wing. Most people are going to have Biggs and Wedge, and you have to use the Ghost and the Phantom 2. So that's your option. I went with Cassian's U-Wing. It's a little bit of an easier farm. It's in the Cantina store, and also it uses the main Rogue One team, which I have fairly well geared up as one of my territory battles teams for the light side. So I went with that ship. Bistan for me and Scarif Rebel Pathfinder both are pretty weak, so I'm not using Bistan's ship. But if you have that one geared up, you can use it. So I'm showing off the status of my team here, and it's a pretty good team, but I imagine if you're at the point where you're considering going after the Chimaera, you're going to be at least as well geared as I am, if not better. We're talking about some of the better ships in the game here with Biggs and Wedge. If you play at all in ships, you're going to have a decent Biggs, and if you don't, I highly encourage it. It's the best ship in the game. His ship is a tank, and it's an incredible tank. Every time you inflict a target lock on the enemy, Biggs gains taunt and regenerates protection, and he has a ton of health and protection. So you should have a good Biggs if you're playing in ships, and that will help carry you through this mission. So this is actually the 5-star battle, and it's really easy, guys, compared to the other 5- and 6-star capital ship battles for Admiral Ackbar, for Tarkin, for Mace Windu. Those, especially the 6-star battles, were a struggle. And that's not the case here. These are really straightforward, so I'm not even going to go super in-depth in terms of the strategy. I'm going to let it play in the background here. You can see it, but it's 2 waves. So in the first wave, save your specials. You don't want to blow all your cooldowns and go into the second wave without them available. I would even recommend taking your time. It's 3 TIE fighters. They're not going to be able to dish out damage too quickly, and you can heal because you've got Ackbar, so every assist heals. If you throw a target lock on there, even by chance, you'll gain protection. Maybe you use one of your specials to throw a target lock if Biggs is getting focus fired and losing a lot of his protection, or if one of your other characters is getting hit and you want Biggs to throw up the taunt. But go slow because you're just cycling your towards your ultimate with Admiral Ackbar's Home 1, which you want available as soon as possible for the second wave here. And the second wave, it's not that scary either. I assume you don't want to wait around too long because eventually Thrawn will use his Annihilate ability. He has a 1-hit kill just like Darth Nihilus. It's on a shorter cooldown, but in ships you have plenty of time here. So the second wave is a TIE Reaper, a Vader's Advanced TIE, and 3 regular TIE Fighters. I went for the Reaper first. That ship, every time something gets killed, it removes your capital ship's turn meter, and you don't want that happening. You want Ackbar to be going, but it's not that big a deal. In this battle, I don't think you're not going to be, unless you're really low geared and you're just squeaking by, but I targeted that first, and then I went for Vader's TIE. The regular TIE Fighters have a chance to evade that's pretty high, and Vader can make that target lock stick around for a long time. So I focus fired Vader, burning my specials here. You can see the Chimaera can call in a reinforcement, and it does have a Reaper in reserve, so be aware of that. But if you've gotten to this point, you're probably going to be okay. Focus fire, use your specials, throw target locks, keep Biggs' health up. Whenever he gets low, you've got the heal from Admiral Ackbar. Keep in mind the area of attack calls 2 buffed allies. So if Biggs has a buff, and you have 2 or less allies with a buff, use that AoE, and it's going to heal Biggs' protection as well, because he'll be automatically called to assist. So there's a lot of opportunities here to keep your ships healthy. You can use your specials, use your call to assist, use your target lock, and you really shouldn't have too much trouble here. These are good ships. They have good synergy, and if you focused on this grind at all, you're probably going to be in good shape. The battle itself is not a stumbling block. It's just getting that 5th Rebel ship. You should be getting the Phoenix ships because you need Phoenix for just about everything in this game, so I recommend you grind them, you gear them, you need them for territory battles. They're a good territory wars team. You need their ships for this battle. You need them to get Thrawn, on and on and on. So you should have Phoenix. You should have them well geared. Their ships are decent. They're not top tier for Arena, but they're good reserves. They're good for a defensive territory wars team if you keep your good ships for offense on territory wars. Wedge is a powerful character, and his ship has a very powerful torpedo attack. So you should have Wedge geared up. You'll of course have Biggs geared up, and then it's just a matter of the U-Wing, which also has its uses. So once you get the Reaper down, maybe 2 of them if they call a reinforcement, Vader's TIE goes down, just work 1 at a time on the TIE fighters, and you'll complete it, and you'll have unlocked the 5-star Chimaera. Even at 5 stars, from what I've heard, it is very, very good. If you have a 7-star Tarkin, I've seen 1 or 2 people say that that might be better than a 5-star Chimaera. But for me, I've been using Akbar this whole time, and in the couple of battles I've done since unlocking the Chimaera, it's crazy. It ups the damage on your ships by so much. My TIE Fighter, First Order TIE Fighter pilot went from, a 30,000 crit to a high 60 or 70,000 crit when he gets the offense up and the other buffs on him that the Chimaera provides. So it's really good. You should get it if you can. If you're not working towards it, I would recommend spending some resources to try and get it. The one trick to the Chimaera is you need 7-star Akbar's Home 1 in order to get the 7-star Chimaera. So if you have participated in every single Home 1 7-star battle since the 7-star ships were released, you should be 1 battle short of getting the 7-star Home 1. And they changed the date so that the last day of the Chimaera event will overlap with the first day of the next Home 1 event. So I believe it's possible to completely get your 7-star Home 1 without having to spend a pack. It might have been that you had to spend 1 pack. But if you're 1 pack short or you're 2 packs short, then know that the last day of the event you can do Home 1, get those shards, and then you'll either have it or you'll be 1 shard short. You can do a refresh. And if it's important to you to get a 7-star Chimaera this time around, you can do that and know that it's in striking distance. I thought it was really great that they made the change. It seemed a little fishy. The order of the capital ships got switched, and I think the Endurance got bumped up and Akbar got bumped back, and it looked like they would miss by a day, and that seemed really shady. So I'm glad that an adjustment was made. There is 1 day of overlap, so if you're dedicated, you can do it without having to buy that extra pack. So if that's important to you, know that that's available, and I encourage you to go get it because the ship is it's amazing from the limited experience I've had with it so far, and all the reports that I've seen about it say that it is really good and it'll kind of change the way that you approach Arena. So we're here in the 6-star battle, and it's exactly the same. I don't know if these enemies got a slight buff in terms of their gear level or of the pilots or their abilities, but it really didn't seem like it. It was basically the same battle, it was the same ships, so you can use the same strategy. Slowly get through the first wave, keep your cooldowns available, your specials available for the second wave, cycle through as many Akbar turns as you can so you get close to the ultimate ability, take out the Reaper, take out Vader, and then 1 by 1 work on the TIE Fighters, call to assist to give Biggs extra protection, target lock when you can to give Biggs extra protection, and then use your high damage special abilities like Wedge's torpedo. When the opportunity arises, it does more damage to debuffed enemies. So you know how to use your ships by now. If you're competent with them and you've put some amount of work into it, you'll be able to complete the entire battle, get the 6-star Chimaera, and be ready to roll in Arena. Unfortunately, I do not have the 7-star Home 1, so I wasn't able to do that this time, but in the next roll around for this event, I should be ready to go, and hopefully we'll see that that's not too much more difficult. One final note before I sign off and let just the rest of the video play through with unlocking the Chimaera. There does seem to be a bug right now where you can complete this event without having 5 of the Starfighters at the required star level. I've seen reports of people that just have 3 5-star Rebel ships, for example, plus Home 1 as their capital ship, be able to enter and complete the event and earn the Chimaera. The battle's not too hard, so you can do it with 3 ships, and there seems to be a bug that doesn't prevent you from getting into it if you have less than 5 of the Starfighter. So, if you have those available, jump in and do it now. I don't know if that's going to be fixed. I don't know that it's a bug. I've just heard that it might be. I don't know if they'll try and take away your Chimaera if you get it early, but nothing bad can happen. If you have the ships, get it, and maybe you'll keep it and maybe you won't, but if you don't try, then you certainly won't have it. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. Hopefully it got you excited about the Chimaera. This is the first time it's been back since its initial release, so I was happy to jump on it. And as you can see, if you're wondering how much credits you'll need in terms of ship credits to go from level 1 to level 85 right off the bat, it's just a little bit under 10 million credits. So hopefully you've got that. You can get the ship geared up, and hopefully you have a lot of those gold ship upgrade tokens, because the capital ship takes all gold tokens to upgrade, and you'll need a lot of them to get these abilities where you need them or where you want them for the arena. Again, being a little shy of fully maxing this thing out, it's still going to be an upgrade over what you're using most likely. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to leave a thumbs up. I do appreciate seeing the feedback. And if you have some tips on using the Chimaera, if you have some way that you like to use it with some lineup, the order of the abilities, again, I haven't gotten too much into it yet. Feel free to leave a comment where you see this video. I'll take those into consideration. I'm looking for any input I can get to make myself a better player when it comes to these things. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.